I am doing my famous Gigi swirl, and it's 3 layers, and then we put a little bit of sprinkles on top. And this is our 5-year cupcake, or 5-year celebration cupcake. So it's just our wedding cake with some different sprinkles on it. So, and we swirl train. I teach this when we have franchisees that come in, and we teach them how to swirl.
I think we need
You want me
go
to start
into,
moving?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, let's do that again, Gigi.
Okay.
I mean, just, yeah. All right, tell me again.
When I teach people how to swirl train, we show them, left of center, and we've got to get and it looks easier than it really is. You have to have a lot of hand strength. And then we set our bag down and we put some sprinkles on it, and it's fabulous. And that is our wedding cake with just some real colorful sprinkles. And I think I've probably frosted, about 500,000 cupcakes? Maybe more. Maybe about 1 million now, or maybe 700,000 cupcakes. I don't know.
Where'd you come up with this idea of the swirl, the Gigi's famous swirl?
Well, most women, and my cake is my favorite thing in the world. And whenever I went to a wedding or I went to a birthday, I want the corner piece with the rose on it. Because there's never enough frosting. And I thought, well, when I do my cupcake shop, I'm going to put enough frosting on it so there's enough for the people and the women. 98% of most women love frosting. And then if they don't like the frosting, they can just scrape it off. So that's why I put the high frosting. It's kind of our little signature swirl. And I put the high frosting on there, and people are like, oh, there's too much frosting. I'm like, okay, but if you're a frosting lover, you have that frosting. If you don't like the frosting, you could scrape it off. So that's kind of our thing. But
costs the same no matter what. So
yeah, exactly.
Take it or leave
If
it.
you want the frosting, it's there. I just want everyone to be satisfied, because as a cake connoisseur, I was never satisfied with the frosting amount. So that's why I put with the high swirls. And then we're going to do...
About being a single mom and starting a business like this and having another business at the same time. I mean,
Well,
goodness.
I had already retired or quit the cleaning when she came along, and it was a surprise, and I've always wanted a child. So she is the love of my life. I'll go back to cleaning houses if I have to just make things right for her and good for her. But she just comes along with me. She travels. Pack her up. She sees her suitcase coming out, and she's like, I'm like, come on, you're going with Mama. So she's used to it, and I take her to the office, and she has her little play area and her little bed in there, and she just goes with me everywhere.
Did you
She
ever
loves it.
give up?
Yes, I wanted to quit probably every day. For the probably after the second year, I was like, no, this is too hard. Because I had to start transitioning from being a cupcake baker and a cupcake shop owner to a franchisor. And that was really hard. That was a hard transition for me, because I've always been a doer, and I found my self-worth in just doing stuff, cleaning houses, cleaning floors, making the cupcakes, putting the apron on. And then now it's a little different. So I still do it, but it's a little different transition. So I had to transition or get out of the business. So I decided to transition.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to challenge you to swirl with her. Would you
I
be
am. I'm going
interested?
to do that for my
all right.
stand-up in a minute.
Okay.
Great.
Yes, absolutely. When she was talking about how hard it is, I was thinking, I need to do that for her.
Yeah, you need to try it. It's fun.
Let's talk about the fact that, and don't go into your 5-minute speech, but just the
Okay.
fact that your cupcake company, what would seem like a whimsical, fun one little shop on one corner, has turned into this multi-million-dollar business in a down economy. And you started it the year that the recession started.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it went down. Yeah,
I mean, all of this defies any sort of business logic or planning or.
It does. It does. I don't know. I don't have any frosting to swirl. He's waiting.
Okay.
He's getting more.
I was already in it, and I think what happened was people maybe couldn't go to a real fancy restaurant. They'd go to Applebee's, and then they'd come and have a $3 Gigi's Cupcakes and not buy a $20 tort or a $30 cheesecake. They would come buy a $3 because they still want to treat themselves. They still like to get their nails done, go to movies, eat a steak, but maybe they'd go to Applebee's instead of a fancy restaurant, and then come here for cupcakes. So I think that's helped us. Now, it's also been hard, it's been challenging, because it is expensive. I mean, it is a luxury as well. So it's been a little difficult, and we've had to, tighten our belt straps like everybody else. I have to be very wise with my money, and I have to watch things. I mean, it's just not, oh, let's just spend whatever. It's very important to be a good steward at all times.
When did you realize that this was going to grow into a bigger business than just this one shop?
I'll tell you, and I haven't ever told anyone this, but I was working this store after about 3 months, and I had just baked whatever. I mean, I was like, oh, I'll do red velvet today, and I'll do this and this. I had no menu. I had nothing set. I just put it out there. And I had a line out the door one night, and I was up there by myself, and someone came in and yelled at me because I didn't have red velvet. How dare you not have red velvet today? And instead of getting offended, I was like, I got something good here. This is exciting. They're mad at me because I don't have a red velvet cake. It's a cake, for goodness sakes. Get over yourself. But the thought was, if they're angry about me not having a red velvet, I'm like, I think I have something here. I really think this could be a really good business.
The world needs more of this.
The world needs more of this. They need more Gigi's love. And I decided people are creatures of habit. They want to know their boundaries. They want to know what day is what. So that night I went home, I'm like, okay, I'm planning a menu. We're going to do this on Monday, this on Tuesday, this on, and so I planned the menu, and every store in the system is on the same menu. Like, we want to do different. I'm like, no, you're not. We're doing this, because when people go to Gigi's Cupcakes, they want to see, whether you're in Cypress, Texas, or you're in Denver, Colorado, they want to see that on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, they're going to get their red velvet or their midnight magic. So people like that comfort, and they like that boundary. So that's when I knew I had something. Yeah, when you're mad over a cake, really, you got something good. I had walked in at the beautiful, and my friend Teresa Halbrooks, she does all the PR for me, and she had made that room come alive. It was pink and green and flowers everywhere, and I walked in and I was like, yeah, Mama likes. It was awesome. I mean, it was just really neat. I was so happy, and we had we started with one franchisee that decided to believe in us, and then this franchise it was our 4-year, and we had 200 people. So it was really nice. It was great. They all came from all over across the country, and we did cupcake swirl training, and we had a really good time. It was fun.
Tell me about the recipes.
The recipe,
the flavors, the names, all of this.
This.
I've never heard of any of these names, and the colors and flavors.
Well, I knew that when I wanted to open this shop, I wanted to make them beautiful, and I also wanted to name them, because subliminally people remember names. And so Hunka Chunka Banana Love, Strawberry Love, Wedding Cake, Scarlet's Red Velvet. It was very important for me to name my little works of art. So that's why they look beautiful and they're named. And they each individually have a name.
Tell me, what are your favorites?
My favorite is Hunka Chunka Banana Love. It was a recipe. I didn't have a lot of money when I was cleaning, but I always wanted to give my gifts to my cleaning clients. So I would bake in little tins the Hunka Chunka Banana Love recipe, and I would wrap it in little ribbons and little Christmas cards. And so that recipe really means a lot. It's a recipe I've had since I was 15, and I would bake all the time. So that recipe is still my favorite. It's still, to me, my favorite recipe to eat, but it also means a lot because it came from where I was, and I'm still baking them, but now to the masses.
And your family, I mean, your mom, your grandma, how much do they feel about this?
Well, my grandma has passed, but my mom loves it. She still helps me with our new spring summer menu comes out March 21st. So we've got to get that recipe done and all. So she helped for the last 6 months just to get the recipes done with me, and we worked on them for it took 6 months to get our new 8 cupcakes that are coming out. So we're excited about it.
Exciting. And talk about your faith. I've heard you mention it here and there, sprinkle it in during our interview. Tell me about your faith, what part it plays in all of this.
It's interesting. People say that all the time, and they're like, well, you need to be politically correct. I'm like, no. God is everything to me, and He is the one that's helped me create this business, give me the wisdom to do the right thing, and you know, I walk with integrity. I really try. Of course, everyone makes mistakes, but God is always there for you. He's the one that let me open my doors with $33 in my checking account and built this business to 84 stores. He has given me the strength, the wisdom, the peace, the grace, and without him, I'm nothing. And I don't care what people think. I don't. So,
I love it. I love it. Finally, let's talk about tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
What's it called? Today has a title.
Talking about strength and peace. Oh, Lord.
Thank you, Nashville.
Yes. We are doing 5,000 cupcakes to all of Nashville. Well, not all of Nashville is going to get 5, but we want to thank Nashville for supporting me, being there when I open my doors and loving what we do. And they've been so, Nashville has just enveloped me with their, not enveloped me, what's the word? What is it? You know, enfolded me with their, whatever. You can cut that out.
Yeah, don't worry, we will.
Yeah. So, yeah, please. They have just been so good to me, and I want to give back. So we're doing 5,000 cupcakes. We're doing some to the children's homes, the children's hospital, the news media. So we're going to get them out there as much as we can tomorrow.
And it's called, I think Teresa renamed tomorrow. What is it? Simple Acts of Sweetness?
Random Acts of
Random Acts of Sweetness.
Random acts of sweetness. Yes, that's what we're doing tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to make a lot of people's day tomorrow.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add that I did not ask you?
I don't think so.
What would your grandmother say if she were still alive? Was she alive when all of this started
No.
bubbling? No, she's
No.
already gone.
She'd be proud of me.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that. She'd be really proud of me. Yeah.
Good.
She was kind of negative, so I can't really.
Okay, never mind. It's negative with grandma.
Yeah.
It's
Now, my friends on the
All I'm
other
going
hand,
to say is we like to keep it real around here.
I'm trying to think, like,
Really will not be making this story.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Nancy,
Don't
over
worry right
there.
now.
she,
I like the, you know, what would, the friends that said, "Ah, bless your heart," and I get, you know, what it sounds
Yeah,
like. But
yeah.
and the fact that they said, "I'm gonna pray
Okay,
for
so
you."
what would you say to all those sweet people who just really were thinking
I'd say thanks for the prayers. Thanks for thinking I was crazy, because I am crazy. I mean, it was crazy. It was a kooky thing to do, but they still came in. A lot of them were pharmaceutical reps, and they still supported me. Even though they thought I'd lost my mind, they were still there for me. And they still are there for me. I mean, my friends have been so supportive. I'm so grateful for good friends.
Great.